Hello, friends. I'm back in the saddle doing what I do best, and we're going to try to turn those scars into stars. So, I'm going to get straight into it. So, last night I was in my bed watching my favorite trash TV show, 90 Day Fiancé. That show was so interesting. That and like Catfish. Yo, loneliness is a bitch. Like the amount of crap that people are willing to go through it's like crazy. Like it's like that loneliness, man. It's a terror. So anyway, I'm watching the show, right? And there's this woman, Leah or Lena or whatever, and she's an Asiatic woman. She's from like Jakarta, and the guy that she is engaged to with a K-1 visa is American guy from like Wisconsin or something, right? One of these places you would imagine doesn't have any people, darker than a Triscuit. And they're in this place and she's like throwing these tantrums. She's like, no, you pay child support? We don't pay child support. No, get the daughter out of here. Like she was just going off. She was going off, right? And Lena was like she was kind of a bitch, right? So I'm like, yo, what is wrong with this lady? She's very crazy. But I liked Lena, or Lita, or whatever her name was. I liked her because she was absolutely nuts. And the reason why I liked her is because she just kept it a whole entire stack. Like, she was unapologetic. She didn't like the fact that the guy was paying child support. And she had a good reason. Like, she was like, I don't get child support for my son. So I take care of my son. He sees the father does what he got to do. This is my son. I take care of my son. And I just was like, yo, like she's a real one. Like she's completely nuts, but she's a real one. The second reason why I like Lita is because she didn't pull no punches. Like she kept it a whole entire rack with the guy. And she didn't care. Don't do that if you want to have somebody actually love/respect you. But like she didn't care. And I loved the unapologetic and I loved that. She was a brat. She was a snob. But I loved the way she just kept it 1,000. But the favorite thing that I liked about Lita is that she was not willing to compromise. Like, it was bad, but she wasn't willing to compromise. And she just was like, listen, my first wedding was $200,000, $300,000. You got me in this little raggedy apartment. What's going on? No, sir, I'm not with this. You refused my father's money and then you got me living like this? Send me back to Indonesia. And she was dead serious. And as the child of immigrants, this spoke to me. And the reason why I enjoyed it and it tickled me so much. I was so tickled. The reason why I was so amused by her antics is because people really need to realize that life can be luxurious outside of the United States. It can be luxurious inside the United States, but for a fraction of the cost, you can live like a king in another country. So when our good friends 45 and his people try to say, oh, go back to your shithole, it's comedic to me because I know that people live like kings overseas. Think about it. Gucci, Prada, Range Rover, these luxury brands, they not made here. They probably have a factory here, but they originate in other places, like the House of Versace. That stuff is Italian. Greek gods, those ideas of philosophy, these forward-thinking, over the top. That yellow dress Rihanna wore to like the Golden Globes or the Grammys one year was like this wonderful, big, beautiful, like bright yellow, monstrous, glorious, hideous thing. And it was hand sewn. Yo, the lady was like from Japan or China or something. So there's so much to be had both within and outside of the US. But to sit here and act as if the only way to be lit or to be popping is to be in the US is completely nuts to me. And it brings me back to my point. Our friend Ted Cruz, the Texas representative, he's some person of some mild importance down in Texas. I don't know. I don't keep up with it. But my man's hopped the flight and dipset out to Mexico. Like, he hit y'all one of these, yeah, I'm cool on this whole entire situation. Like, he dipset. He was like, yo, y'all can have this. It's cold. It's no. I got insurance. No, Satan. And he jumped on a plane and hit Cancun harder than crack hit Brooklyn. Like, he really was out. And when he left, people saw him in the plane. And people saw him on the resort soaking up sun. I mean, he was living it. And it was like, really, dude? So you just people got $10,000 light bills out there. How? We got to talk about that later. How does that even happen? But anyway. And a friend of mine, Ebony, we went to high school together. She made a post and she said, it's funny how now Ted Cruz doesn't see anything wrong with leaving your home country to go to another country in times of distress and despair. So when you're battling war times, genocide, female genital mutilation, human trafficking, just anything, and you leave to seek refuge, they're going to fight you. The dreamers, the kids that came over with their parents, they're going to fight them. They're going to sit there and tear it up and turn up and just go crazy with it. But if you get hit with a little winter weather and you're not feeling it, it's cool to abandon your nation then. And then the shameless little twerp had the nerve to post pictures of himself putting cases of water in people's trunk. You want to impress me? Give that vacation to a family in need. Sell the vacation and help people pay them $10,000 light bills they got popping off. I'm just saying. You sit there and you talk about people from other countries like it ain't right. We got to build a wall and keep all the Mexicans out. Why, dude? What? Mexicans are cool as hell. Like, they're mad cool. They got good conversation. They're fun to party with. They got that tequila stuff going. They're jokey. They're jovial. They're interesting. They have you ever seen Queen of the South? They straight thugged out. Like, I'm not trying to be in certain parts of Tijuana. I was in Tijuana one time. I was a little scared. I was like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't be here. But you know what I'm saying? Other than the cartels, it's pretty good. And I think that we need to just welcome everybody and get rid of this mentality that everything that doesn't happen on U.S. soil is the devil and stuff like that. And if you're going to have that kind of ignorant mentality, take off them Gucci shoes, get back that Givenchy, get rid of that Prada, get rid of all those designers. Because your designers that you love so bad come from a place that you hate so much. So anyway, y'all stay lit. You know what I'm saying? Stay warm out here. Be safe with this COVID, and the pandemic is not over just because you're over it. I got to get back to these people's job. Always a pleasure. Continue to turn your scars into stars. Just want to give you guys a little perspective from my neck of the woods, and I'm going to get at y'all later, all right? Peace, peace.